What's up, Vitality, Nutrition, and Fitness fam? It is Todd and Scotty here for your Thanksgiving podcast. And this week we decided to do a little Q&A. We asked you guys on Instagram last week to post some questions that you guys have been thinking about and wanting answers to. So we've got some of those pulled up, and I also pulled some popular ones up off of the internet that we thought we would answer. So the first question is, how critical are vitamins in your diet, and what should we be taking and how much, if any?
That's a good question. For me, I do take like microfactor. It's for the like micronutrients, vitamins that we can get from foods, but I don't need enough variety of foods to get all those micronutrients. So I take supplements and I supplement that. Like a QC10, there's like a multivitamin in there, there's a fish oil in there. And it's not a ginormous amount of like calcium. So it's not like 10 or 5,000 grams of calcium or anything like that. Nothing crazy. It's small amounts to help supplement what I take, or what I think I need or maybe be lacking. But nothing you can get from, eating a whole food diet. You can get all that from a whole food diet as well. I don't know. Do you take any supplements or anything?
I do. I used to take more, but I finally did that Viome test that Maddie did.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
I found out I have a ton of stuff wrong with my gut, which we already knew that I knew that.
Right.
So now I just take the custom built stuff that they provide, which has a lot of different micronutrients that I'm not getting. As well as like it cut out certain foods that I need to avoid currently that are causing the issues, and added in some new stuff. So I'm down to just taking that and then just extra vitamin D plus like, first forms, post-workout, creatine. Like that'd be about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I do the same. I do creatine as well. I'll do post-workout shakes. I'm starting to get back to them again because I was kind of playing with it to where I wanted to see if I could get my protein in without doing the post-workout and seeing how it affects me and just really listening to how my body reacts to that stuff. But I've started to incorporate it again a little bit. But definitely. You can get all those micronutrients from whole food diets. I just don't need enough variety, so I supplement that way.
Same. I'm a picky eater.
Yeah. I'm not a picky eater anymore. Like I just started a new job recently, and not like warming up veggies is just not like ideal for me. It's just nasty. I think like warming up old veggies. So I don't meal prep veggies often. So I supplement with a probiotic vegetable blend. So I get my veggies that way. So that's another one I supplement with.
The next question is, what are the biggest misconceptions when you are starting either a fitness or nutrition journey?
I know one thing is a lot of people want to do a lot of ab workouts or work on their abs to try to get abs, and I think that's a big misconception because you're not gonna. You can build up your abs, but you're not going to be able to see them until obviously you work on your nutrition and get your nutrition in order, burn off that belly fat, and then your abs will be visible. But that's one of the biggest misconceptions of people that I've recently been training have been wanting abs, but they don't realize how you have to get them, right? It's through nutrition.
It definitely used to be that person.
Yeah, I think we all have, to be honest with you. I was there too when I was uninformed and young, right? Like, I didn't know. I didn't know better.
Well, and there's all those videos out there that literally say, get abs like me in 60 minutes by just doing this workout routine.
Right, like ab burners and stuff like that. Yeah, those are great to help build up your core, but you're not going to see visible abs unless you start losing body fat there on your belly.
Yeah, literally. I think the biggest overall misconception is that it's one or the other. It's not both. Like most people don't realize you have to do both fitness and nutrition at the same time. It's not, I can just eat healthy and I'll be fine. You can be a healthy person and still be extremely overweight. Like, it's possible.
No,
You don't, I don't know.
no, I get that a lot. Like, so I just started doing some personal training, and the challenge right now, and the challenge is all about weightlifting and getting moving, which is great. Like, I don't want to knock on anything about this challenge, but there's nothing like nutritional wise that
Oh, oh,
the other coaches really don't work the nutrition. So I mean, those go hand in hand. Those have to go together if you're really trying to make a lifestyle change.
yeah, 100%. I think honestly that's probably like the biggest two things right there is realistically is just those. Don't fall for videos
Yeah,
that say do this to get this. You can't target something. It's just not possible. You need both a nutrition and a fitness journey. It's not just one or the other. I mean, you can start small and start with one or the other, but eventually you need both.
right. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, if you're just starting out and you're never done anything before, yeah, working out is a huge feat, and that's a big challenge that you're undertaking, right? So doing both at the same time might be a little overwhelming. So
Yeah.
yeah, definitely if you want to just start, one at a time, definitely recommend doing that too.
The next one, which I guess you kind of somewhat answered this, so I think it's a good one, is how do you balance nutrition with such a busy lifestyle? Um, so as someone who's
Yeah,
back to working now full time,
right. I was just actually talking to someone about this last night at wrestling practice because I was telling them we don't get home usually until about 8:30, 8:30 every night, except for Fridays. Fridays are exception, but we're always at a kid's practice or doing something with the kids after school, and um, for us, we have to I try to eat between like 4:30 and 5:30 now, my dinner,
yeah,
because I do not want to eat at 8:30. Like, that'll keep me up at night. It's bad for your cell metabolism and all that, just to regenerate cells. Like, it's good to be done eating earlier as opposed to later if you can. But
yeah.
that's the way I have to do it. Yeah, that way works for me.
No, I'm
And
kind
I
of the
know
same
you're
way.
busy. You're busy too. Like, how do you do it?
So I do 2 days out of the week where I meal prep all of my protein,
Okay.
and then I will just measure it out each morning for like my first 3 meals.
Hmm.
And I'll so one of my meals is just a smoothie that gets all my fruit in for the day. So like that just gets blended up. It's pretty easy. And then like I'll have my next meal and my lunch that I eat all before I go to the gym. And so I prep all that stuff with like my vegetables and my carbs and stuff that go into that. A lot of it's changing right
Yep.
now, especially with the whole VM testing stuff.
Right.
I've got to kind of change my macros around a bit, but so those will look a little different. But I take everything with me for the whole day.
Okay.
So
Yep.
I meal prep and then I just take it all and I eat it throughout my time, even when I'm at the gym. Then I'll start having post shakes, and then I'm usually home for my final meal, which is at 4 to 5 o'clock. So that way
Yeah.
I have like 2 to 3 hours minimum before I go to bed.
Yep. Definitely. Yeah. I prep my breakfast before the night before, and usually it's always pancakes. I eat pancakes every day for breakfast, probably for the last year, I think. Same thing every day. But it's easy, right? It works for me. I know I can carry them with me to the job sites and stuff. Like, I throw it in my bags and just pick off pancakes in the morning and eat that.
Yeah.
But like, I have to prep it the night before though. Otherwise, I don't have time because I get up pretty dang early to get my workouts in before I have to get to work. So my time is very, very precious on where I spend it.
Agreed. I feel that. My day today has been that way. I even missed the gym for once.
Uh oh.
I had my
It's good to
niece's
take a
little.
break once in a while.
Well, and it's all the toddlers, they're doing their Thanksgiving things. So I've had to
Uh,
I don't want to miss them doing their little kid stuff
yeah,
and
yeah.
whatnot.
There you go.
But let's see. Oh, this is a good one. What is a piece of advice that you would recommend someone in order to stay motivated even when progress is feeling slow?
Yeah, like so I've been in like I feel like a rut for the last like
Mm-hmm.
4 months or something. I don't know. It's been a while, but I've just been so consistent with everything that I do. Persistent. Wasn't working for like 8 months, but I would still go to the gym at 5:30 in the morning, still get my workouts in at the exact same time. Like I didn't change anything. So routine, because you're never going to have motivation all the time. It comes and goes. Like you're never going to be motivated 100% all the time, like gung ho. It just is not going to happen. So setting those, those routines and keeping those routines is really, really, really critical. And I know a lot of people that do that. They have motivation spurts where they come into the gym and they're there for 4 months, 5 months, hitting it hard. They see results and then they hit a wall, and then they're like, all right, they stop going to the gym, they stop doing their routines, and it throws them off. But it's hard. It's hard to do that, right? It's hard to stay motivated or to stay consistent. Not motivated, but stay consistent. When it's not easy.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think motivation is nice and it's good to have a goal, but what it really takes is the overall discipline to stick with
Yep.
it in order to reach that goal.
Correct.
Motivation will get you started, but discipline is what keeps you going. That's something
Amen.
I had to realize in order to get to the goals and achievements. Mind you, people who are listening and don't know, both me and Todd have had severe weight loss. Like we used to be big people. I was 319 pounds. It took me way longer than it should have to lose all the weight. And it wasn't until I made that mind switch of like, hey, all these goals is like nice and pretty, but in order to reach them, I have to stick with it. And that means
Yep.
putting in the hard work, the time, even on days when you don't want to. Like, I am going to go work out tomorrow because I didn't go today. But like, I still probably would have been going in the morning before Thanksgiving, anyways, just because to me, that's normal. I
Yep.
love moving every single day, and then I take off on the weekends and I don't work out at all.
There you
And I
go.
enjoy my weekends with people. So even on trips, like Maddie, she's working out on the boat. If you follow her fitness page, she's posting that she's still working out even while on vacation. It's nothing like gruesome. It's just her keeping her body moving
Yep.
and
Yeah.
stuff. Like every little step counts towards the big goal.
You bet. How long did it take you to lose all that weight and keep it off?
Um, to like actually start losing weight, I would probably say 2 years.
Okay.
Just because I wasn't the first year I did it, like when I started, I wasn't really. I just worked out for the first 3 years of my whole thing. Like I wasn't really eating right. I was still eating junk food. I didn't even find out if I was like allergic to anything. I was just like, oh, I can eat it as long as I work out. But
Right.
after I started doing CrossFit with Eric when I lived in Colorado in 2019, that's when I realized I needed the nutrition side of things because I was way out of shape.
Yeah. Yep.
And so then I got with a nutritionist when I moved back here to Montana. And so, yeah, I think it easily took me at least 2 years to finally get, because obviously muscle build back on, your weight goes back up.
Yeah.
Um,
Yep.
so to get healthy wise, I think it would be, yeah, to that. And now I'm a little bit heavier than I was before, but bulking season.
Right. Yeah. No, that's exactly how it was with me though. Like the weight came off pretty quick at the beginning. But I yo-yoed for so long, just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth for like probably close to 5 years. And then I finally got my nutrition in order, and I've been able to keep it off for 2 years now, and
Yeah.
I'm able to like bulk and cut and doing that stuff now, right? Because I've got my nutrition down. So it takes a long time, and depending on how attentive you are to getting back into your fitness and your health journey, like it's tough. It takes a while.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And I definitely like my biggest recommendation, I guess, on that stuff is like for me, I needed help because I didn't know what to do. Like, even just Googling or
Right.
YouTubing doesn't, it's nice to get you started, but it doesn't do the full effect. Like, I wish I would have gotten a coach sooner
Hmm.
because it would have probably taken me that long to get a coach, to get a nutritionist, like plug our own app. You can get all in one. Um,
Yeah.
so that would be nice for all of you. And it's reasonably priced. So check us out online. Link is down in the description. Low plug. But like to have something like that, I wish I would have had when I first started, right? Like my Fitness Pal doesn't really do a whole lot. It's a nice app, but I've always disliked it.
Yeah.
It just didn't have everything in it. Or my own coach that I was training with at the time didn't use it themselves. They used some other
Right.
company to do their, you know what I mean? Like I never
Yep.
got the all-in-one thing until I started like coaching with Eric and getting recommendations by him, or like now I have an actual nutritionist who deals with gluten-free
Yeah.
thing. Granted, now that I've gotten some different tests with VM, I think I'm going to switch over to using our stuff because I can eat a little more stuff. I still can't have gluten, but I can eat other things.
Okay. There you go.
So I think I'd rather use like our app to track everything.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
But like getting that help, like I think a lot of people don't realize that it'll set you up in the long run. No one says you have to do it 100% the whole time. Like when I had this one nutritionist, I met with her maybe once every other month.
Okay.
If I had to change my macros, that was the only time or reason we met. And it would be like, oh hey, I'm feeling like, I would text her and she'd be like, okay, let's have a meeting, and I want to like, see the results from your tracked workouts. How are you feeling this certain day? Like there would be journal entries I could put in and be like, I felt
Okay.
really low and exhausted and like winded, or like something like that. And like I could log my weigh-ins and stuff in the nutrition app, just so she could
Yeah.
see what my sizing is and see if we're
Right.
losing weight too fast, and we need to up like something on my carbs or my fats.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, so ask for help.
Yeah,
It's,
definitely. I know one thing that really, like, I never really paid attention to before I was, maybe after I hit my 30s, up into like 32, 33 by that time. I really paid attention to like what foods were going into my body, and then how they made me feel. Like when I was younger, I didn't give a crap about any of that. I just
yeah,
ate and ate. I didn't pay attention. Like one big thing I would say to people now is know exactly what's going into your body and how that makes you feel. That really helped me dictate like what I should be eating, what I shouldn't be eating, what my body can handle, how I can fuel off of whatever I eat, right, for workouts and all that stuff. So it definitely changed the way my thinking about eating it was as well.
yeah, I agree with that. That's what I did as like an elimination kind of thing, and that's how I got rid
Hmm.
of gluten, because I had rashes all over my arms that no one could find out what it was, no dermatologist, nothing.
Oh wow,
And it turns out it was just my body's reaction to having gluten.
dang, yeah,
So that
yeah.
sucked. This one kind of plays on this week, which I think is always good because we always reiterate it. How do you stay on track during holidays?
Yeah, Eric had a good post. I think we did. Did he tag Vitality in it? I think recently. It
Probably.
was the one about like restricting yourself on holidays and like being so restrictive. Like try not to do that, right? You want to be in moderation, so it's fine to eat. Go and indulge on some food on a Thursday, Thanksgiving, but get back to it on Friday, right? Don't let it carry on over and over into the weekend and just gain momentum and completely derail you, right?
Just eat the
I feel like
food.
that's huge. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Just eat it.
Just eat it.
Just eat it. We're all
Yeah.
gonna do it.
So
Even us, even the
yeah.
Vitality team. We're all gonna have the food. We're gonna pick out. We're not gonna skip meals. Because I saw some of you posted that you don't eat breakfast on Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah, I
That's
saw
not
that.
right. Don't skip
I
a
don't.
meal.
I don't know how anybody skips breakfast. So there's no way I can't.
I know. I
Breakfast.
wake up ravenous.
Yeah. Same. Yep. One thing. What are you looking forward to for Thanksgiving dinner? What's one thing you're looking forward to?
Ooh. My favoriteest thing, I guess, for me is I love green bean casserole.
Okay.
I don't know. It's just, uh, I personally just really like that. Mainly because like before now I can't have gluten, so I can't have a lot of the stuff. So mind you, like the crunchy onions that are on top, I don't eat those. I skip those completely.
Mm,
Um, and whatnot. So that kind of sucks. As far as otherwise goes, though, dessert is one of my biggest things. I love a good chocolate.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say mine's pecan pie, man. I'm a sucker for pecan pie.
Oh, see, I've never liked any of those. I am like chocolate, Oreo, pumpkin. Those three, my go-tos. I'll smash
Okay.
them.
I saw Crumble Cookie has like apple, Oreo, like they got a pecan one. I'm like, man, I might have to snag one of those.
It's all pies this week. All
Yeah.
pies is what they're doing. And I was like, dang, I wish I could have these. But Crumble says it's too hard to make gluten-free products. They said it's too complicated. It's really not, but they say it is. I've messaged them. Crumble, this is coming for you. That's
There you
BS.
go.
So that sucks.
Cool.
But cool. One last question I found that I think. Where did it go? It was a really good one. Where did... Maybe.
We're subbing in for Maddie and Eric this week, FYI, if anybody didn't recognize us.
I've been on the last few. I just don't get to talk very much.
Oh, really? Yeah, I don't really talk much either with Maddie and Eric because they like to talk a lot, but I've always kind of just sit in the back anyway, listen, chime in when I can.
I know. Oh my goodness. I swear.
They're good podcasters.
They're just good at bouncing off of each other. And I always have that I like want to chime in, but when I try to chime in, they're like still going, and I'm like, this is nothing against you two. You guys are great. Love you.
Yeah.
Just let some other guys get some pieces of advice. Let's see. I feel like maybe we already talked about it.
What are we at? We're at like 20. Yeah, we could wrap it up if you want. That's fine. We're at 22 minutes.
I'm so sorry, guys. I swear there was one more question that I had listed on the big ass list.
It was what you were most looking forward to for Thanksgiving dinner.
I know that Thanksgiving's got me wrapped up. I got so many holiday things going on.
Yeah, right.
Don't worry, if we didn't answer any questions that you were burning, go ahead and comment them down below on here or on social media, and we will answer them in another future Q&A. The more we get, the more we can answer every single episode. So, feel free to like, subscribe, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify for your podcast listening, and we will chat with you guys back next week.
Later.